Congressman, thanks for coming in.
Hey, great to be with you. Thanks.
Real quick on Doug Jones as a Democrat, there had been hopes in your party that you'd have a quote-unquote bipartisan acquittal. Now it's down to, since he wants to vote to convict, Joe Manchin, who a few moments ago was asked how a vote, and he said 3 times, 4 o'clock, as in that's when the roll call vote is. He's not going to tell anyone beforehand. How important is it for the president to get at least one Democratic senator to vote to acquit?
Well, in the House, we had a bipartisan vote against impeachment. In fact, every Republican voted no, and we had Democrats that joined with us. If you're voting based on the facts, you would vote against impeachment. They never were able to identify a crime. They looked around for a crime, the Mueller investigation for 22 months. But at the end of the day, look, I think this is going to be a stain on the Democrat Party, on Speaker Pelosi's speakership. They set out from day one to impeach this president. Had nothing to do with crimes. Remember, over 50 Democrats voted to impeach Donald Trump because he criticized NFL players who kneeled during the Pledge of Allegiance. That's how disgraceful this has been. They put this country through this. They've wasted, by the way, a year of their majority, not on fighting for men and women of this country like President Trump talked about last night, what President Trump's been doing to deliver for families. They've been focused on their own political power, and I think that's ultimately going to be a stain on Speaker Pelosi's legacy.
Congressman, you say that the Democrats have put the country through this, and yet we've got more breaking news. I don't know if you've heard this, but a few moments ago, Democrat Jerry Nadler told reporters that either his committee, the House Judiciary Panel, or another committee will subpoena that man, John Bolton. So, A, I wonder your reaction to why Democrats didn't do this months ago, as you've been saying, why they're doing it now on the day that the president will be acquitted. And B, doesn't this suggest that the Democrats, after the acquittal, are going to keep on investigating?
They've tipped their hat a long time ago that they are the party of impeachment. They said they might still try to impeach him even more. Again, go read multiple articles of impeachment that were filed long before the whistleblower, long before the Ukraine call. Again, 58 Democrats voted to impeach him for criticizing NFL players who kneeled during the pledge. This is all they have. They have no agenda. They don't care about the men and women of this country. They literally sat down last night when President Trump is talking about this young girl who's going to get an opportunity scholarship to go to the school of her choice instead of a failing government school. That's where they are as a party. I mean, that's not where the country is, by the way. There are Democrats across the country that were looking in disgrace at what Speaker Pelosi did, ripping up that speech, which contained the names of Tuskegee Airmen, of soldiers who gave their life for this country, of so many other people that are great. What makes this country great, that's what the president was celebrating, and that's what they ripped up, because they don't celebrate the success of America like President Trump does. And frankly, that's why President Trump has got such a great case to make going into the election. And they're the party of impeachment. That's all they've got.
Congressman, were you surprised as well that when Rush Limbaugh was honored, here's a man dying potentially of cancer, at least battling it. He's in the fight of his life. I get that Speaker Pelosi and other Democrats disagree with him politically, but you didn't see the speaker standing when Rush Limbaugh was honored.
And that was another disgraceful moment. Look, Rush Limbaugh inspired millions of people, still does to this day. I surely was inspired. I listened to him when I was a student at LSU, just learning about politics and government. And Rush was on the radio, and he still does that today, speaking truth to power, on both sides, by the way. And so the fact that President Trump celebrated him, not just for what he's done on radio, but in his battle against cancer. Rush is a tough guy. I hope he beats cancer, but everybody should have stood for that. And it shows, I think it makes them look little as a party when they don't do that. But the rest of the country, again, there are Democrats all across the country going, that's not where I am. Whether they agree or disagree with the president, if you can't stand up and celebrate what's great about this country, people who are battling for their lives, men and women who are giving their lives, the killing of a terrorist who murdered hundreds of servicemen and women of this country, they can't even stand for killing that terrorist. It says a lot about them.